What's up, my people? You're in the place for Triple D conversation. My name is Tristan Deves, and today we're going to be covering a brand new combo that will absolutely ruin your opponent's board on your turn, on their turn, on your turn again, back to their turn, on your turn again, as many times as you want to do so. So now we've all seen the no-name Dark Anthalion Dragon and his ability for the rank up magic launch, and how this card can be utilized in the Kali Yuga on your opponent's turn. We've also seen Calamity's combo that I absolutely love and adore, but it's just not comparable to this combo that we have today. So for today's cards in our extra deck, what we're going to be utilizing is a Linkaribo, a Flame King Genghis, a Gust King Alexander, a Curse King Siegfried, a Flame High King Genghis, a Rusty Bardiche, a Duo King Kali Yuga, and then 3 tech pieces which I absolutely love. You don't have to use all 3 of these, you do have an option for 2, but I'll tell you when they're situational and why you might want to use them. So the first one is going to be the Raid Raptor. Now this has to be used. Raid Raptor Ultimate Falcon is absolutely amazing, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be ranking up to this card and being able to utilize its abilities. The other 2, you get some tech options. So you have the True King of All Calamities, and you also have your Ghost Rare Heart Earth Dragon. Now this card is absolutely phenomenal as well. It's a shame about the price, but as long as you go to the right place, you can get it semi-cheap. On the other hand, True King of All Calamities is very cheap at the moment, but at the end of the day, we are looking at this card getting banned in the near future, just to the sheer ability that it has and just the straight up easy access to it that most decks can get out there. So that's it for the extra deck. Moving on to the main deck, we're going to be using 1 Lamia, we're going to be using a Swell Slime, a Kepler, we're going to be using any 2 random cards. I've picked Allure of Darkness and Pot of Desires just so I can show you the effect that Heart Earth Dragon is capable of having from having these 2 cards being accessed on the first turn. You're also going to need a Dark Contract with the Gate, you're going to need a Savant Copernicus as always, a Necro Slime as always, the Phantom Knight Silent Boots, as well as the Phantom Knight's Rank Up Magic Launch, another one of those, and then maybe an extra draw card for the next turn. But that's it, that's all we're going to be utilizing today, so it's nothing crazy, but this combo is absolutely insane. And again, I can't believe it hasn't been utilized prior to today, just because of the sheer force that it gets on the field. Without further ado, let's start it off. So you're going to draw your 5 normal cards, as you normally would. 5, we're going to put these to a side for now, we're not actually going to be utilizing them. So what we're going to start today with is our Kepler, our Swell Slime, and our Lamia. So this is why it's such an amazing combo, because it's just the same as our normal Calamities combo, or going for our normal Kali Yuga using the rank 7 combo. So using the exact same 3 cards, getting the same combo pieces out, and it works exactly the same, just better. So you're going to normal summon your Kepler, you're going to search your deck for gates, you're going to activate gate, and you're going to grab a Copernicus. Now of course this can be negated with Ash, but that's not really too much of an issue. You just got to play to your advantage. You're going to use Swell Slime and Lamia to go for a nice fusion summon of Flame King Genghis. You're then going to use the Swell Slime, so you're banishing 1 to get the Copernicus on field, special summoning the Lamia first, sending Necro Slime to the grave. Then you're going to go straight into a Gust King Alexander, at which point you're going to fusion summon Flame King Genghis and Necro Slime from the grave, so they're both going to get banished as well, and you're going to fusion summon Flame High King Genghis. This will trigger Gust King Alexander's effect, bringing back your Lamia. Once Lamia is brought back, you're going to go straight for your Curse King Siegfried, so it can activate Flame High King Genghis' effect, bringing back your Lamia. You're then going to go for 3 for your Bardiche, who instantly you're going to want to activate that effect, sending 1 Silent Boots to the graveyard to set 1 Rank Up Magic Launch to your field face down. As soon as you've done this, you're going to be going for another banish of Silent Boots, so now that's 4 to your banish zone. You're also going to be grabbing this card to your hand, so now you have extra cards in your hand. And then you're going to activate Lamia's effect, sending gates to the graveyard. Now this part is very important, believe it or not, so make sure you get that gate in the graveyard there. And then you're going to go for a Linkuriboh to get Lamia off the field, so Lamia is now also banished, which again is very important to increase the attack of Heart Earth Dragon at a later stage. But to end it, we're going to go with a overlay of Duo King Kali Yuga for the Siegfried and the Flame High King Genghis. Now, no cards on the field can activate their effects, which is a bit of a downside, but you do have a 3.5k hitter and a 2100, and of course your Linkuriboh at 300. This card at this point, you're actually going to want to activate its effect, sending one of its materials to the grave to set a Dark Contract with a gate from your grave to your field face down. Once that's all happened, you're going to allow yourself to go to your opponent's turn. Immediately, you're going to detach one more material, sending all spells and trap cards to the graveyard. At that point, you're going to activate Rank Up Magic Launch during your opponent's turn to combine the two to overlay for either your Heart Earth Dragon or True King of Calamities. Now, what you could have done during your turn before the summon of Kali Yuga, you could have activated Pod of Desires, so this would have set up Heart Earth Dragon for an extra 10,000 attack points. Yeah, that's right, 10,000 attack points. So it is a crazy play there, but if you're against a heavy negate deck, it's more preferable to go for the True King of all Calamities, just because they can straight up negate monster effects. So there we go, we've got ourselves set up. During your opponent's turn now, if you still haven't attacked an OTK'd, you're going to go for a detach one material and you're going to target one attribute of any monster that you want. If you see them playing dark monsters, let's target all dark monsters so that they can't activate dark effects. I, however, prefer to go for the targeting of light monsters because the card actually specifies any cards in your opponent's possession. So things like Effects Veiler, which will negate an effect and destroy your cards because they're quick effects, will obviously come into play. The only downside to this is True King of Calamities isn't a quick effect, so they could still be reacted to anyway. So that's a little bit of a downside, but it's not too big a deal. Now, I will say as well, you can actually, during your turn, place your Rank Up Magic Launch face down, but it is at the risk of being destroyed, so it's better to just keep it in your hand for now. True King of Calamities anyway, once it's negated the field for monster effects, as long as the turn is then passed back to you, you can instantly target all monsters on the field again. Now, at this point, you're going to want to target dark monsters, and it's very important to do so due to the fact that Phantom Knight's Rank Up Magic Launch is affected by dark monsters. Now, I believe you can set this card face down, enter battle phase. During battle phase, once it's attacked, you can overlay into another monster, i.e. Raid Raptor Ultimate Falcon, and actually attack 4 game in the same battle. So you've got your 3,500 attacker right there, which is absolutely phenomenal. Not only that, it's unaffected by card effects as well. And once per turn, you can detach one Xyz material to the grave, make your opponents minus 1,000 attack to all of their monsters on the field, as well as stop them from activating any opponent's cards. So any spell or traps can't be activated due to Raid Raptor's effect of just being on the field and detaching a material. The only downside again is Ultimate Falcon, just like True King of all Calamities, is at the end of the day it's a slow effect. Like, it has a very slow spell speed, whereas all the others are usually going to be quick effects in nowadays Yu-Gi-Oh! But saying that, I haven't lost the game using this since. I've only been testing it for a few days, but it's a 100% win rate in 20 matches, and people just haven't seen it coming. The only downside to this combo is the actual draw ability. Now, I have occasionally used my Pod of Desires and I have banished my resource cards, but I've actually switched this down to, instead of playing 2 of this in my deck, I now play 1 of this in my deck, because you only want to play it if you want to play a Heart Earth strategy. If you're not playing the Heart Earth strategy, you'll draw your pieces normally, so it doesn't really matter too much. Same with Allure of Darkness. I love Allure of Darkness, but you are essentially banishing 1 dark monster. Now, I played a game where I drew one of these, had to banish one of my monsters from my hand, but I drew another combo piece with it, so I banished some of my starting hand, ended up drawing another one of these after I used the Lair of Darkness because it's not once per turn, and in total I drew 6 cards in one turn, but I had to banish 3 dark monsters from my hand. So it was a bit of a downside, but at the end of the day you are getting that Heart Earth strategy even higher, so you can attack for game in that sense as well. Not only do you get high monsters on the field, every time an Xyz monster is summoned to Rusty Knights, every time an Xyz monster is summoned to Rusty Bardish's positioning or on his link summons, you can essentially activate his effect and pop one of your opponent's monster. So it acts like a satellite warrior, just not as an entire thing, and it can happen on your opponent's turn as well. So say they've just played a really awesome card that they need for their tech pieces, well, boom, done. You're just straight off the field. So I've been honestly hella excited to show you guys this combo. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I'm really excited these cards came in time, and honestly, just like even the only reason I'm actually playing Heart Earth Dragon is just the Ghostware. I just think it's absolutely insane. With this combo, I'm still playing my Satellite Warrior combo as well because it is quite easy to get out and it is very accessible. So I do like playing that one as well alongside it, so that's where your extra deck comes into play. I do have one more space in my extra deck right now, but I'm trying to think what I actually want. I'm thinking maybe bring that no-name Dark Anthalion Dragon, mainly just for the sake that I've spent a pretty penny on it, and I kind of want to utilize it and get the use out of it. But saying that again, I'd have to add another rank up Magic Launch or something to my deck for it even to be that accessible, because Anthalion Dragon doesn't actually do much to your game and doesn't kind of set you to any advantage. There's no negates, so it's not an amazing card, and I'm not really tempted to go back to it. Likewise, my Silent Boots, I've only got a 1 at the moment in my deck, and the rank up Magic Launch is only a 2. So if you are going to use Pot of Desires and you haven't already set up your board, you do have the risk of banishing the pieces you need. So for me, I just want to put out there, only use Pot of Desires if your board is already set up. And it's only if you want to extend your combo. Otherwise, if you're not bothered about kind of just getting rid of pieces, it doesn't really matter. You have multiple Lamias and you have multiple Keplers and Swell Slimes, so you can go into that Satellite Warrior play if you need to. So if you do destroy all your rank up Magic Launch or you destroy your Silent Boots, it really doesn't matter, you can just go into a different play instead. With that being all said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys get some use out of this as well, and have a great day.